Hi everybody, this is Jim West with Carolina Varsity and want to talk a little bit about the 1A, 2A Mountain Valley Conference for this upcoming season. Number one I have is Wilkes Central. I do believe that Wilkes Central has everything it takes to win this conference. And be honest with you, I think they have to be considered at least a moderate favorite to win this conference. Not a mild favorite, maybe not quite a strong favorite, but at least a moderate favorite to win this conference. I think they have the most talented team, very well coached team. I do believe that they are going to be a force to be reckoned with within the conference. Number two is kind of a coin flip for me. In my conference previews, I had North Wilkes at number two. My buddy, a guy named Slash, he picked East Wilkes at number two, and the more I think about it, I kind of like his argument about that. I do think East Wilkes is a tremendously well-coached team. I do think North Wilkes is probably a little bit more athletic. Biggest thing with North Wilkes, though, to me, and I have to agree with Slash on this one, is that there's a lot more unknowns. Will they overachieve? Will they underachieve? And I don't know about this. A lot of their numbers might have a little bit more fluctuation than most programs. So right now, I have to say that my friend Slash has convinced me that I'll take East Wilkes at number two and North Wilkes at number three. Don't be surprised if any one of these teams win the conference championship. If they catch Wilkes Central sleeping, they could win this conference. So just keep an eye on that. Number four I got to go with is West Wilkes. I think they're a step behind the top three programs, and but I do think they have enough talent to, they could beat a North Wilkes team if they underachieve. They could beat an East Wilkes team if they get bitten by the injury bug. So West Wilkes is not a team to take lightly. Number five I have is Ashe County. Back in 1998, this school was formed. There was three high schools that merged, consolidated, whatever words you want to use. It was Northwest Ashe, Ashe Central, and Beaver Creek. And they've had some really good football over the years, but last year was kind of a disappointment. I think this year is not going to be that good either. I think they're clearly better than the top three or the bottom three teams in the conference, but I don't think they have anything to compete with the top three. Could they beat West Wilkes? Yeah, I think they could, but I think they're a little bit behind West Wilkes at this point. Number six, this is kind of this is an interesting pick. I still will go with Allegheny. Allegheny's got a new coach this coming season, the only school in this conference to have a new coach, and that's kind of an anomaly this year because just about every conference has at least two or three coaching changes. So, but I do like Allegheny for number six. I don't think they're going to beat Ashe County and West Wilkes, but I do think they're a little bit better than Starmount and a lot better than Elkin. So I'm going to go with Allegheny at six. Starmount number seven, they have depth issues. I just don't think there's enough of an emphasis in football this coming season or the last couple of years to really move them any higher. I think it was only as recent as 2014 that they went to the state championship game. Lost to Wallace Rose Hill in the 1AA's over at Carter Finley Stadium. I was at that game, and a very run-oriented offense, but they just don't have the numbers, and their numbers have gone down quite a bit, just like Ashe County has. So right now I'm gonna go with Starmount 7, and the last team I got to go with is Elkin. I just don't think they have the ponies to do anything else but eighth in this conference. Could they beat a Starmount or Ashe County or even Allegheny? I think they could definitely beat Starmount. They catch them right. Allegheny, yeah. Ashe County, I just don't see Elkin even coming close to them, to be honest with you. But kind of a sad state of affairs at Elkin. Only 10, 12 years ago, they were in the running for the 1A state championship, and now they're happy to win one or two games in conference and make the playoffs. So it's going to be a long year in Elkin. Anyway, this is Jim West with Carolina Varsity, and thank you so much for listening to me.